Okay, let's start modeling the first part of our work. We select a cylinder and approximately from the center of this circle, we draw it and set a height for it, and right-click to exit the cylinder command. We go to modifiers. We know we need to set this to 4, and for our height, if you've noticed, there are 2, 3, 4, and 5 steps. Now, according to the height we want for our steps, for example, if we consider 17 centimeters, if I multiply 17 centimeters by 5, it's 85 centimeters in height. So I'll set it to 0.85. Okay, I'll take these segments too. Keep in mind that the more sides you increase, the closer your shape gets to a circle. The more sides I increase, the closer it gets to a circle. However, usually we set our sides to near a number that's appropriate for our work. Okay, 8 and 16. I'll set the number of my sides to 16. I'll move it to place it exactly where I want it. Very good. Here we are going from a basic shape to a model. We can do this with a line, and we can do this with a surface, which we will get to in later stages. Okay, I'll convert my shape to Edit Poly. And you see that if I open Edit Poly here, there are vertex, edge, border, polygon, and element. Whichever of these you click on, its indicator will be visible in the scene. For example, vertex are these points that you can select and move. Or here we have move, rotate, and scale. You can select whichever you want and perform the operation you want on your work. For example, I select a part here with move, or the W key, or rotate with the E key, and scale with the R key. I can perform my work. It's currently on move, so I can move these, or as I said, press E to rotate them and spin them. Or with scale, as I said, I can work on different axes, on 3 axes or 2 axes. I can do my work and press Ctrl Z and go back. Okay. Here, you can select edges like this. Edges are these corners, these sides in fact. Borders, which we'll get to later. Polygons are these surfaces, and element is this whole shape here. If you have 2 shapes next to each other, it recognizes each one as a separate element. Okay, let's move on. I select the polygon part at the top and delete it. Okay. Now we can select the border from here or use their shortcuts on the keyboard for numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, meaning from top to bottom, 1 to 5. I press 3, or select the border from here. I want to pull it inwards. You see, I hold down Shift to create a copy of it. and then on the X and Y axes in the top view, I hold down Shift and pull it downwards to create it for me. I bring it inwards. Okay, this is roughly the same part I have lower down, and I want to create an overhang. Very, very much. Now, I have selected the border and brought it inwards. You see the result I got, what it is. I can press 1 or select vertex from here, and these vertices that are inside, you see, if I press W or press the mode, I can move these around. Or, as I said, rotate them. But now I want to use scale again to bring them inwards a bit, so they are on the line of my design. Very good. I need to bring them in a little more. Excellent. Okay, I'll go back to number 3, or border, and I want to press W for the height in the section. And in the left section, where I see the height, on the Y-axis, I hold Shift. But if I don't hold Shift and pull it up, it brings up that whole section. First, I made a mistake and pulled it up. I right-click to bring it back to its place. This time, I hold Shift and pull it up. I can look in the coordinate system section to see exactly what number I'm giving for height. And wherever necessary, I can stop. Of course, I'll do this. See, controlling it might take some work. I'll do it. See, controlling it might take some work. It might be difficult because it doesn't move the numbers up and down very precisely. Okay. I'll again came up with Shift, but the number is too much for me. I'll bring it down close to the point, and this time I'll right-click. On the W section or on Rotate or Scale, this window will be displayed for you so that you can enter the exact number. In the Y-axis, in the positive direction, I want to go up 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters. Okay, this is okay. Again, I go to the top, along the X-axis, and hold Shift and come downwards a bit to bring it inwards. I can control it here. It's good and sufficient. Again, I press W in the left section and bring it down. And again, it's necessary to go back. And if I want to do this precisely, I'll right-click and in the Y-axis, this time in the negative direction, I'll come down 5 centimeters. We've created the indentation we needed here. We want to go again towards the grave center in the top section. I'll hold Shift again and come to the edges of this grave that we need to reach here. I can also work with this vertex section here. I come here and in this section, reference coordinate system. I'll change this from view to local. I press W and set it to local. You see, when I place it on the middle one, its shape changes a bit. I adjust it to be in its place. These as well. I select these three. On the center, you see if I go to the sides, the local shape changes. But if I go to the center, its shape is as I want. It is. Very good. These as well. I bring it to the part I want to place it. Okay, I want these points. One by one, bring them and adjust them. I bring the part I need and place it in this corner. This one too. This point too. This one too. I'll place it in this corner. We've built the lower part of the grave. If you see it necessary to move these a bit, this is from this section. We go again to the section border and give some height to our grave. About 20 centimeters. Very well, and then I'll put it back on view. And bring it inwards. So that the center of the grave, we can make it correct. And I select all 5 and then place them exactly where they should be. I do the bottom part of the work in the same way to shape the upper part of my grave. Okay. We go to the left side again, hold down Shift, and go up by maybe 40 centimeters now. I'm checking from the bottom. Very good. And now I can cap it and close it. Okay, now only the steps around the edge are left. We'll do the sides. From a tool in the Edit Edge section called Connect, and we 3 or 4 lines. Three, I think, is enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 3 lines are created. You can see that these lines are all around the work. Drawn. Now we go to polygons, or number 4, and select all these polygons together. Of course, we don't need the top one. Excluding the top one, we select the rest. Here in the Edit Polygon section, as you can see, there are different options. There's Extrude. We click Extrude. In this section, first we select the different parts of Extrude to see which one is more suitable for us. Polygon. Okay, one problem we have is that the very bottom is also selected. I hold down Alt and deselect it from the selection and set its value to 30 centimeters. Okay, again, the bottom 2 are selected. Again, the bottom was selected, and let's select it in a way that they are not selected. This is better. Extrude in the same way. And this time, instead of selecting, I hold Alt and deselect the top part. So that the extrude is done correctly. Very good. The bottom part up to this part of the work is done for us. Undefined.